Hey, hi, hello, my name is Discat. This is Project Hardcover, where we're letting books be the escape. Hello, lovelies, and today for you I have a list/tag video. Yes, so today I want to talk to you, lovelies, about the top 5 books I would like to see be made into movies. And apparently, someone here on BookTube has made this into a tag video. The name escapes me as to who created this tag, but I will leave a link to their original video down in the doobly-doo. So I have been meaning to do this video for a really long time, but it seems like every time I get my list done and I'm really happy with it, I go online and I find out that one of the books on the list is in the process of becoming a movie, and then my entire list just kind of becomes irrelevant. But I think now I've finally got a good list of books that are not in any near future being made into movies, so I can finally do this video, but I need to hurry up and do it because, you know, next thing I know, Hollywood is gonna be releasing, all this information about how these books are gonna be made into movies, because that just seems to be what Hollywood is on right now, making YA books into movies. So with all of that being said, let's get started. So the first book that I would love to see become a movie is The Theory of Everything by Kari Luna. So this book is about a girl named Sophia, whose dad is a really awesome physicist. He's also really crazy. And unfortunately for Sophie, it appears that he has passed on his craziness to his daughter. You see, just out of nowhere during Sophie's day, she will enter these different hallucinations. And even though she knows she's hallucinating, that the things she is seeing are not real, she cannot take herself out of the hallucination. She has to wait until it rides itself out, and then she just wakes up in random places. So this book is about Sophie trying to figure out, what is going on? Is she really crazy? Is her dad really crazy? Or is all of this hallucination stuff somehow based in science? So this book is just so much fun. The plot is just so incredible. The characters are just so quirky and fun, and I would just love to see them on the big screen. I would also just really love to see how a director and how a screenwriter handles these really crazy hallucinations that she has. Like, one of her hallucinations is that she's looking at a football field and a full-blown marching band of panda bears just comes across the football field and asks her to play cards. Like, how even would someone do that? Would they do CGI, or would they have just people in panda costumes? What would they do? These are questions I want answered. I also have a preferred director that I would like see pick up this book and make it into a movie, and that is Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson does some of the most quirky and unique and just whimsical movies I've ever seen. He is my favorite director. His movies are my favorite movies. And I really think that he would just have a ball making this into a movie. He would just have so much fun with it, and I think it would be just so great. Wes Anderson, hey. New movie, right here. The next book that I would just love to see on the big screen is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. So this book is kind of a magical realism book. It's narrated by a girl named Ava Lavender, and she is a girl who was born with wings. And basically she tells this story generationally. She talks about her great-grandmother, her grandmother, her mother, and then finally she talks about herself. And there's just all kinds of just really wacky, whimsical, magical things that happen in this book that, like, no one even blinks an eye at. One of those things is that her great-aunt, I believe it's her great-aunt, turns herself into a canary. And I don't mean like she plasters little yellow feathers on herself and like squawks in human form. No, she literally turns herself into a little yellow bird, and no one even questions it. There's also like a giant man in this book who is like kind of like the BFG. He kind of has that kind of feel, just a big friendly giant. And she has wings and just all kinds of other really magical, amazing things. And I would just love to see that in a movie. I think it would just be so beautiful and magical and whimsical, and it would be so much fun. I also have a preferred director to pick up this book, and it would be Tim Burton. See, this book very much reminds me of a Tim Burton movie, and that is Big Fish. Like, Big Fish was another one of those stories that all kinds of really crazy magical things happened in the real world, and just no one questioned any of it. And this book also has that feel, so I really think that Tim Burton would handle it so well. And I would super, super, super love it if Tim Burton did like one of his stop motion animation versions of this. That would be so fantastic. I cannot even explain to you. So yes, Tim Burton, I know you're not watching this, but if you are, new movie idea! The next book that I would love be seen made into a movie is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. So this book is about a magical traveler named Kel. See, Kel is one of the very few magicians of his race left who have the ability to travel in between parallel universes. And Kel specifically travels between parallel universe Londons. There's a red London, there's a white London, there's a gray London, and then there's a black London. And black London has like all of this really corrupt and evil magic locked inside of it, and no one has been able to go to Black London in forever because they've closed off the gate to it. But of course, a little piece of Black London manages to make its way into one of the other Londons, and it just causes all kinds of problems. So I really would just I would love to see how a director and a screenwriter handles all of these different Londons. I think it would be so stunning visually to see each one of these Londons done just so differently, because they are so different, and I would love to see that on the big screen. Also, the characters in this are just so much fun. Kel is so awesome. He's so laid back and chill just about everything, and Delilah, our little pirate renegade, she is so cool and so amazing. The costumes in this would be fantastic. I would love to see what Kel's coats really look like in real life. I can imagine them in my head, but I'm sure they're just so much more amazing in real life. And just, this would be visually stunning. Someone needs to pick this up and make this into a movie. It would be so fantastic. The next book that I would love to see someone make into a movie is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So I'm pretty sure that like everyone in the world knows what these books are about, but if you don't, this book follows Selena Sardothien, who is this ultra amazing assassin. But unfortunately, she gets caught and is enslaved in these awful mines for years, until one day the prince of her kingdom comes and releases her so she can participate in this competition to become the king's champion. This book is all about Selena trying to defeat all of these other thieves and assassins and murderers in this competition so that she can become the king's champion and win her freedom. So this book is just, people, I don't have words to explain to you how amazing this book and this entire series is. And I really feel like we haven't had an epic, really good series of high fantasy movies since The Lord of the Rings. And I definitely think that this could be the next high fantasy franchise that just rocks the entire world. The characters in this are so kick-ass, there's so much action, and there's also just amazing relationships that take place in this book. There's feels, and the scenery is just fantastic, so beautiful. I just think that this book could be so amazing if someone made it into a movie. I really do think that it would just really take off. I really think that everyone would just fall in love with the series if they were movies. Just Peter Jackson, somebody get on this. Make these into movies. People will devour them. And then the last book that I would like to see make its way onto the big screen is The Diviners by Liva Bray. So this book takes place during the 1920s, and it follows the story of a girl named Evie, who is kind of exiled by her parents to go live with her uncle in New York. Funny thing is, her uncle kind of runs this paranormal museum. Like, it has a whole bunch of haunted Ouija boards and books on the occult and stuff in it, and because of all of this, her uncle kinda has a bad reputation. But all of that starts to turn around when really strange paranormal things start happening in the area. So this book is all about Evie and her uncle and their friends trying to solve all of these paranormal murders that have been going on in New York as of late. So this is another book that would just be visually stunning. I mean, the 1920s had some of the best fashion in history, and I really would just love to see, you know, a whole bunch of cast of characters running around in like flapper gear and all of that stuff, chasing ghosts and wandering through haunted houses. It would just be so amazing. I would also just really love to see Evie and Theta and Jericho be real and alive on the big screen, because they are just such a amazing cast of characters. They're so unique, and Evie is so quirky and sassy and so much fun. I would just love to see this be made into a movie. It would be so good. Just someone pick this up. Just someone make this a thing. Come on, I want to see flapper girls and just running around and chasing ghosts. It would be so great, just so awesome. So that's it. Those are my top 5 books that I would love to see be made into movies. Like, seriously, I want these to be movies so bad. I will watch them just so hard I would watch them. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of my choices. Do you think that these would make good movies? Or what books would you love see made into movies? Let me know. I would love to hear about it. As always, thanks you guys for watching. I will see you next time, and remember, books are the escape.